I can't believe I have to say this, but when it comes to physicality, there are differences between a lot of us. So again, last week was the annual VMA Awards. Now, I'm old enough to remember when MTV actually played music videos. Actually played music videos 24/7. It was unbelievable. So I was old enough to remember when it actually started. And through most of my middle school years and high school years, man, that was a big thing. That was a big watch. You'd tune in. Now, there's TV shows, there's teenage mom stuff, and there's Ridiculousness, and which is a pretty good show, by the way. I'm not bad-mouthing the channel. I'm just simply saying it's not a music television anymore. Not at all. That's all it was before. Had VJs, had specials. When Michael Jackson's Thriller video coming out, man, if you guys haven't seen that or you're too young to even know what I'm talking about, go YouTube it. Michael Jackson's Thriller video. It was unbelievable. Big deal. So the VMA happens, big red carpet event, and Conor McGregor, for whatever reason, went to the VMA. I don't know. It looked a little out of place to me. However, he goes. Turns out there was a little dust-up between him and Machine Gun Kelly. Now, that's not really what I want to talk about. But what I do want to talk about is some of the shows that I actually consume and watch. They were talking about how, Machine Gun Kelly, he's a big, tall guy. I heard he's a tough guy. Well, let me tell you something. Here you go. I can't believe I actually have to say this. But when it comes to physicality, when it comes to athleticism, and when it comes to your own little group, yeah, there's tough guys. There's tough guys. And if that's what your barometer is of a tough guy, is Machine Gun Kelly, well, okay, I can understand that you may not have been around someone else's group and know what really tough is. And we've seen this a bunch of times. Even amongst athletes, world-class athletes, even amongst their groups, their social groups, there are people that believe that they are the tough guy, and they may be in that group. But we're talking about combat sports. Now, between a high-level high school athlete and a Division I athlete, true Division I athlete in college, there's a huge step. And it goes even bigger when you start to get up into professional and international competition. But when it comes to combat sports, Conor McGregor is at the very top. My man is a dog, friends. It's different. And we've seen this example over and over and over. I can name a couple right off the top of my head. That athlete, Division I football player from Oklahoma, ran into somebody, from all intents and purposes, looked like he was getting a little rough with the guy. The guy had some MMA training, high-level MMA training. This athlete had 40 pounds on the guy. I should say football player. They're both athletes. The football player had 40 pounds on the guy. And in like 15 and a half seconds, made mincemeat of him. And I feel bad for the football player. I hope everybody's okay. I hope nothing legal comes out of it. I'm sure it will. But there's your difference. Here's a guy who's a Division I football player, big dude, comes up against a guy who he is much bit larger than, and look what happened. It didn't end well. Same with the YouTubers, the brothers that are boxers and have pretty high-level training. And let's face it, they're tough guys. They are combat sports athletes. So one of them wants to fight a high-level athlete who was an NBA star, and you saw what happened there. So when I see some of these other shows, these podcasts, talking about and breaking down the fight and see how Machine Gun Kelly, look, let me tell you something. I don't care if Conor McGregor's leg is hurt. In about 2 seconds, that would have been over and it would have been a rough day. He is a rough day for anybody. I don't care if he's got one leg or not. So for these guys to entertain, and maybe it's just TV, maybe it's just getting viewers and trying to entertain their audience, which I can totally appreciate. But I'm here to let you know that's a bad choice. It's not even close. Yeah, but Conor, he's on his way down. He lost. Yeah, he lost to another high-level guy. And to be honest with you, that could turn around in one fight. One stroke of his elbow, one kick. It's a totally different outcome. There is a difference between that level of combat sports athlete than almost anybody else in the planet. Now, even in military, even in law enforcement, who it takes pretty extraordinary people to do some of the things that are asked of them. But even in those groups, there's people that rise above that are higher level when it comes to that type of stuff. It doesn't matter, but you can't cross over from one athletic event to another, which is combat sports, and expect you to be successful against those type of folks when you haven't been doing it. I can't even believe that we have to entertain that, and maybe that's what it is, entertaining. But I'm going to tell you right now, there is a mile of difference, and it's 10 miles of rough road if you're going to go up against one of those guys, and it would have been simple for them. So anyway, tell me what you think about this take, guys, from OTR Vantage Point. Make sure you check out the Patreon page at patreon.com/On the Range podcast. And as always, check out Warhog Words of Wisdom and On the Range podcast past episodes. And make sure you check out kellydefense.com and warhog.com. Have a great week, guys. Go out there and crush it.